Hi, my name is Ron Layman. I'm from the Faux School of Frederick, Maryland, where I teach decorative painting workshops and complete commission projects for clients all around the world. Today, I'm going to show you a traditional Grassello technique using Bernini's carbon black Grassello with Bernini black polishing wax to give you this beautiful, deep, rich black Grassello. Let's get our tools, let's get our materials, and let's get started. The first thing I've done is I primed the board and then I base coated it with the quartz primer. Quartz primer is interior exterior water base. Cleans up with soap and water and tints with pigment. I would apply this with probably a 1/4 inch nap roller, especially with Grassello. So quartz primer is the proprietary primer. It's a safe primer. What does it mean? It's like if you put the Grassello with this lime, high pH content over latex paint, no bueno. It's going to pop off the wall. And I know that for a fact because I sold some plaster to somebody. He called me. He's like, we ran out of primer and we just did the front wall of this bar down in Virginia. And literally 2-3 days after they opened up, they had to go back and scrape it all off because as people were sitting there and bumping their feet into the front wall, it popped off because there was no adhesion. Quartz primer. So all I'm going to do now is just take my broom. All that's going to do is knock off any of the high spots or anything, maybe sometimes. So the primer dries really fast. That also means that once the lid comes off, it dries fast in the pail. No matter what you do, there's dirt, dry material on the side. So sometimes it'll fall in. That's why it's best to strain it. But even before, just give the wall a quick scrape. Why don't I sand? Because sand leaves dust. It's so hard to get all that dust off. And what does dust do? It creates an adhesion barrier. So no sanding, no dust. Tools, Havana 844, and a spatula. All right, the product, Grassello. This is a wet mix, so it comes ready mixed. When you open it, it's wet, damp. You don't have to add water to it. It's already ready mixed. Why would I say that? Because there's another dry mix, but we're not there yet. Now, when you take the 5-day class, we cover all these products and multiple techniques. So, this is the product. It's tinted to carbon black. All right. As you know, most of them have done this. Black is super hard to make and keep that consistency. It's a different pigment. I just picked these up. You can see it slowly starting to creep down, but you know, I've seen so many tinted dirt jet black like that. It's just water. Now, woohoo, missed my bucket. Don't need quite this much on this small panel to start. So we're just gonna go ahead and put it on first coat. Try to get it, well, not try, we want 100% coverage. And it's always overlapping. All right, so if that's our ceiling, we're just going to come across like so. Gather. Okay. So, this is the first coat. And we'll do a total of 3 coats. Hands don't seem to want to work today. All right, there we go. You know, when you're putting it on, I don't get that. All that's going to do is hurt your wrist and you're going to be exhausted. And you're going to have a short career in this as well. Just come back a little bit. I feel like that's taking way too long. Oh, caught it. Where are you? Look, landed right on the arm. Good. Don't want it on the floor. It's a lot to clean. Don't go around your whole wall. Do not cut it in like paint. I kind of got a little ahead of myself because you'll see these lines if you're not careful. I try to work organically. Starting wet to dry. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and finish this off and I'll see you back in just a little bit. First coat is finished. We're going to let this dry 100%. Come back, we'll do the second coat, and then we're going to make our burnished material for our third and final coat, and then we'll put that on a burnish. But you can already start to see like how porous it is because the light's not reflecting because we haven't compressed it yet. Okay, now let this dry, come back, see in a little bit. So for the next part of the process, in order to get these dark, deep colors, woohoo, lost my balance for a second. I'm using a different pigment, and what that does is it pulls a lot of the moisture out. It absorbs some of the moisture. That's how we get this. That's just the paste that's on there, the Grassello. So what I'm going to do is take my lime water, make sure I have it sit on super fine mist. Not to like, we don't want it to spit or anything or get globs. Yeah. Okay, just a little bit. That's going to hydrate the surface so our plaster goes on and does not you have time to work it around a little bit. Without the water gives me a little bit more time. So the water's hydrating the plaster that's already on the surface, therefore not pulling the moisture out so quickly and allowing me more time to work. All right. 100% coverage, always overlapping. More water, just a little bit. Now what I did by mistake is I sprayed some of the water up into some finished plaster, and I don't want that to happen because it could leave. I'm saying it could leave staining. We don't want that. I know you're going, but he just said not to do that. Well, I was watching it. There's no stain mark, so I'm okay to continue. So then I got the mixture correct. that, we're almost finished with this coat. Fantastic. All right, now, I'm gonna let this sit for a little bit, clean our tools, come back and burnish. Okay, we're at the point now where the plaster's set up enough where we can burnish, the love stage. So we're gonna take our trowel, woohoo, put it on the edge. See that? It's probably about a little more than my thumb. I'm gonna come across. Do you hear how easy I'm coming across this surface? Listen. See it come to life? Starting a little shine, and you're seeing everything that's underneath. Everything underneath would be like mountain peaks. When I go over top of it, the snow on the peaks, I'm pressing the snow down into the peaks, and the peaks are pushing out. I have no idea why I use that reference, but it seems to work. I know why. I just saw beautiful snow-covered mountains when I was in Turkey. I know you're going, it's still not the correct color. They're not exact yet. We're not finished. Okay, I'm going to continue to burnish this. I'll be back in just a little bit. Okay, so you saw that reflection. You see where we're at. But the colors are slightly lighter than this panel. Still very dark. Very dark. This is just jet black. So we're going to take the Bernini polishing wax black. It comes in clear, black, gold, bronze, silver, pearl, blue, red, green, purple, blah, oh, it keeps going. So polishing wax, interior only. You don't want to put it outside because in the heat it can get a little soft, it'll break down over time. You don't want that. There's other options, but interior only. If you use to clean up, paint thinner. Okay, so we're gonna put it on with our trowel, the 844i, and a spatula. You can use a rag if you want. You can use a sponge if you want. I just like the trowel. I'm comfortable with it. I'm just going to go ahead and coat the whole thing. Okay, so the wax is dry. We're ready to go on. So you could use a lint-free, color-free rag and polish the whole thing out, or you can get yourself a variable speed grinder polisher with a lamb's wool pad. We're going to start at about 200 RPMs, and we put it on the surface, and we're just going to keep moving ever so softly. Not this back and forth, pushing it around. There's no reason for that. Biggest thing, you just keep going. We're going to go side to side, all the way down, and we're going to come back at top to bottom, and then I might finish off just like looking at it, see this or that. But look, it's already starting to shine without doing much. Just don't leave it sit in a spot too long. What'll happen is it'll warm the wax up, and you're going to get swirl marks in it. So I'll show you a little bit, and then you don't need to watch because it's loud. It's going to take me about 15 minutes to do this properly. All right, let's see what we got. Check this out. Look at that little bit of shiny we've got going with not much effort into it yet, or time, I should say. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this piece, come back, because it's going to be loud. It's going to take about 20, believe it or not, 20 minutes to really do it right. And then, yeah, I'll see you in a bit. There you have it, all finished. So this one was done 2 weeks ago with a completely different batch of material. I just did this one as you saw. Jet black, beautiful. I mean, it doesn't get much, that's black, it's great. All right, I will leave links to all the tools and materials in the description area below the video. I'm also going to leave a link to 2 different videos. One is black marmerino, which is this color in marmerino, and the other video is going to be a comparison showing you what Grassello and marmerino look like side by side. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below and I'll answer them as quickly as I can. My name is Ron Layman. I'm from the Faux School in Frederick, Maryland, where I teach decorative painting workshops and complete commission projects for clients all around the world. I want to thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.